Have you ever looked at your lab results, seen the word creatinine, and felt your stomach drop a little? For a lot of people over 55, that number can feel like a report card on your health, one that you didn't know you were being graded on. And if you've ever been told, be careful with protein, you might have walked away thinking protein is the enemy. But here's the truth most people never hear clearly. Protein isn't automatically bad for your kidneys. The real issue is which protein you choose, how much you eat, and how it's prepared. Because your kidneys don't just care about protein. They care about the extra baggage that often comes with it, like excess sodium, phosphorus additives, unhealthy fats, and heavy processing. And when those pile up, your kidneys have to work harder to filter the waste. So if you've been scared to eat protein, or you've been avoiding it so much that you feel weaker, more tired, or you've lost muscle, you're not alone. And that matters. Because after 55, muscle isn't just about strength or looks. Muscle is a metabolic savings account. It helps stabilize blood sugar, supports balance so you don't fall, protects your bones, and even helps you recover faster from illness. Many U.S. medical centers, including places like Mayo Clinic and Cleveland Clinic, regularly emphasize that older adults need enough high-quality protein to prevent frailty and maintain independence as they age. So we're going to do something different today. Instead of the usual fear-based advice, don't eat this, don't eat that, I'm going to show you how to choose kidney-friendlier proteins that support your body without overloading your kidneys. Creatinine is a waste product your body makes every day, mostly from normal muscle activity. Healthy kidneys filter it out into your urine. So when creatinine rises, it often means one of two things. Your kidneys are having a harder time filtering waste, or something temporary is affecting the number, like dehydration, certain medications, intense exercise, or even a high meat meal right before labs. That's why one single lab value doesn't tell the whole story. Doctors usually look at creatinine along with eGFR, urine tests, blood pressure, blood sugar, and trends over time. Still, if your creatinine has been creeping up or you've been told you have early-stage kidney disease, your daily choices start to matter a lot. And protein is one of the biggest daily choices people struggle with. The big myth: protein destroys your kidneys. This is where many people get stuck. They hear limit protein, and they do one of two extremes. They keep eating the same proteins, often red meat, processed meat, salty foods, just less of it, or they cut protein too hard, and over time they lose muscle, feel weaker, and their overall health declines. Neither extreme is ideal. What a kidney-supportive approach really aims for is the right amount of protein from the right sources with the right preparation. In plain English, we want protein that feeds your body, not protein that comes with a storm of sodium and additives. The hidden kidney stressors most people don't see. When people think of food as high protein, they picture chicken, eggs, fish, or beans. But the kidney stress often comes from what's added. Sodium, especially in deli meats, canned foods in brine, seasoned packets, and restaurant meals. Phosphorus additives, often hidden in processed foods. Look for PHOS in ingredients. Heavy processing, which can come with preservatives that aren't kidney-friendly. Large portions, even healthy foods, become too much when the serving size doubles. This is why two people can both say they ate chicken, but one meal supports kidneys and the other strains them. Grilled chicken breast cooked at home with herbs and olive oil, very different from breaded chicken, salty seasoning, processed sauce, and a large portion. If you're watching this and thinking, okay, but I'm already older, is it too late? No. One of the most encouraging things we see in healthy aging is that the body responds quickly to smarter routines, especially routines that improve blood pressure control, blood sugar stability, inflammation, and hydration habits. And kidney health is tightly connected to all of those. In fact, many kidney specialists talk about kidney protection as a whole body plan, because your kidneys reflect what's happening in your circulation. When blood vessels are under stress, high blood pressure, diabetes, chronic inflammation, the kidneys often feel it first. So today's food list is not just about lowering creatinine. It's about building a routine that supports the conditions that keep kidneys stable. In the next sections, We'll walk through the top 10 kidney-friendlier protein options, and I'll make it practical. All right, ready? Let's start with the first protein that surprises a lot of people, and I'll show you how to choose it in a way that's much more kidney-friendly than most cheeses you see at the store. Cottage cheese and the smarter way to buy it. Most people hear cheese and instantly assume it's off limits. And to be fair, many cheeses are salty and higher in phosphorus. But cottage cheese can be one of the easier dairy options for some people, especially when you choose it carefully. Here's why it can help in a kidney-friendly routine. It provides high-quality protein that supports muscle maintenance important after 55 when muscle loss speeds up. It can be easier to portion compared to a big slab of meat. It also provides calcium, and calcium can bind to oxalate in the gut, which may help reduce oxalate absorption for some people. One piece of the kidney stone prevention puzzle, not the only one, but a helpful concept. But there's a big catch. Not all cottage cheese is kidney friendly. Some brands pack in sodium, and some processed dairy products may contain added phosphorus ingredients. So the benefit depends on how you shop. What to look for at the store. When you pick up the container, check two things. Sodium. If your kidneys are struggling, and especially if you also have high blood pressure, sodium matters. Many kidney nutrition resources emphasize lowering sodium as part of kidney protection. Mayo Clinic also notes that a kidney diet often involves lower sodium and other minerals depending on your situation. Ingredient list for POS words. If you see ingredients with phos in the name, that often signals phosphorus additives. Why does that matter? Because phosphorus from additives is typically absorbed more efficiently than naturally occurring phosphorus in whole foods, so it can add strain faster than you'd expect. A CKD review discussing eggs and phosphorus highlights this difference between natural phosphorus and additive-based phosphorus. All right, now let's move to one of the most researched protective proteins for circulation and inflammation because kidney health is strongly connected to blood vessel health. Fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel. Kidney-friendly protein that supports circulation now. If you've been told your kidneys are sensitive, one of the smartest shifts is often moving away from heavy, processed meats and toward fish, because it provides protein without the same saturated fat load. The National Kidney Foundation specifically highlights fish as a strong protein choice and notes that a 3-ounce portion, about the size of a deck of cards, gives roughly around 20 grams of protein on average. Why does fatty fish matter? Because fatty fish contains omega-3 fats like EPA and DHA, and while omega-3 research can vary depending on the study and the population, the consistent big picture message in kidney care is this. Heart and blood vessel protection matters for kidneys. Kidney disease and cardiovascular risk often travel together. When circulation is inflamed or blood pressure is poorly controlled, the kidneys can suffer. That's why choosing proteins that support cardiovascular health is not just nice, it's strategic. The Kidney Smart Fish Rules. Here's how to keep fish kidney friendlier. Choose fresh or canned in water. If you buy canned, aim for in water, not oil or brine, and look for lower sodium options. Keep the portion realistic. Many kidney education materials recommend thinking in terms of deck of cards, portions for meat, fish. A National Kidney Foundation handout notes a cooked portion of meat, poultry, fish is commonly described as about 2 to 3 ounces, deck of cards size. Avoid salty sauces and marinades. Soy sauce, bottled glazes, and seasoning packets can turn a healthy fish into a sodium bomb. Use lemon, garlic, pepper, parsley, dill, simple ingredients. Now let's talk about one of the most kidney-friendly proteins available, especially when phosphorus control matters. Egg whites, high-quality protein with less phosphorus baggage. If you've wondered whether eggs are safe with kidney disease, you're asking the right question. The simple answer is, egg whites are usually the easier choice than whole eggs for many kidney-focused meal plans because the yolk contains more phosphorus. And what's interesting is that research has looked at egg whites specifically as a tool for phosphorus control in dialysis settings. One study found that pasteurized liquid egg whites may help lower serum phosphorus while supporting protein status, suggesting they can be a practical dietary component when phosphorus is a concern. Another CKD-focused review also emphasizes that egg whites are low in phosphorus and do not contain phosphorus additives, again highlighting the broader point. Additives can matter as much as the food itself. All right, let's go to number 4. Skinless chicken breast. Lean, simple, and easy to control. A lot of people ask, is chicken safe for kidney issues? In many cases, yes, especially when it's lean and prepared simply. Skinless chicken breast is popular for one major reason. It gives you high quality protein without the heavy saturated fat load you'd get from many red meats. But here's the important part. Chicken can be kidney friendly, or it can become kidney unfriendly fast. It all depends on how it's processed and seasoned. The chicken trap most people fall into. Many people think they're eating chicken, but what they're really eating is breaded chicken, pre-seasoned chicken, deli-style chicken slices, frozen, ready-to-heat chicken meals, chicken nuggets or patties. And these foods often come with extra sodium and sometimes phosphate additives, the kind of additives that can be absorbed more efficiently and add to phosphorus burden faster than you'd expect. If you remember only one thing from this chicken section, let it be this. Now, let's move to a fish that many people find easy to enjoy when they're tired of salmon. Sea bass, a lean fish option when you want something lighter. If fatty fish like salmon is the omega-3 superstar, then many whitefish options are the gentle and simple protein choice. Lean, mild, and easy to digest for many people. Sea bass is one of those options people like because it's mild in taste, so you don't need heavy sauces. Easy to cook quickly, naturally satisfying without being greasy. But once again, the kidney-friendly part comes down to preparation. The sea bass rule: flavor without salt. Most kidney diets aim to reduce sodium, and Mayo Clinic notes kidney diets often involve lower sodium and other minerals depending on individual needs. So instead of salty seasoning blends, build flavor like this: lemon or lime juice, fresh garlic or garlic powder without salt blends, black pepper, paprika plain, not salted rub, fresh herbs like parsley or dill, a small amount of olive oil. All right. Now, let's shift gears because the next protein is plant-based, and it's a great option for people who want more variety than just meat and fish. Quinoa, a plant-based complete protein with flexibility. Quinoa gets talked about a lot, and some of that is hype, but some of it is practical. Here's what makes quinoa useful in a kidney supportive pattern. It's a plant-based protein that also gives you fiber. It's easy to portion. It can replace bigger, heavier protein servings, so your meals feel lighter but still nourishing. And here's a key concept that many people with kidney concerns find reassuring. Your body doesn't absorb phosphorus the same way from every source. Mayo Clinic notes that to limit phosphorus, it can help to choose natural foods instead of processed foods with phosphorus added, and that the body absorbs less phosphorus from natural foods. It also notes plant proteins can be better choices because plant phosphorus is used less efficiently than animal phosphorus. The National Kidney Foundation similarly explains that phosphate additives can have very high absorption, greater than 90%. So quinoa can fit nicely for many people when portioned properly, especially when it helps you rely less on processed foods. Tofu and tempeh, plant protein that can fit when you choose it correctly. If you want a plant-based option that's more protein dense than most grains, tofu is worth considering. But tofu, like everything in kidney nutrition, is not a one-size-fits-all food. It can be a good fit depending on your stage of kidney disease and your potassium phosphorus target, so this is one you treat with portion awareness. Why tofu can be helpful. It provides plant-based protein without the saturated fat load of many animal proteins. It's versatile and absorbs flavor well, so you don't need salty sauces to make it taste good. It can help you reduce reliance on red meat while still meeting protein needs. How to choose tofu. Go for plain, firm, or extra firm tofu with a short ingredient list. Avoid pre-marinated or flavored tofu. Those often add sodium. If available, calcium set tofu can be a plus for bone support, especially for older adults, but still keep portions moderate. Kidney-friendlier tofu cooking method. A lot of people dislike tofu because it's watery. Here's the fix. Press tofu for 10-15 minutes. Paper towel plus a weight. Cut into cubes. Bake or pan sear with olive oil, garlic, pepper, and a squeeze of lemon. Add fresh herbs at the end, parsley, cilantro, practical portion. For many people, a portion around 3-4 ounces of tofu in a meal is a reasonable starting point, then adjust based on your labs and your clinician's advice. Tofu is also great in soups, especially when you want a lighter dinner that still has enough protein to keep you strong. Shrimp or simple shellfish. Quick protein when prepared from scratch. Shrimp is one of the easiest fast proteins you can cook at home in under 10 minutes. That matters because the easier a food is, the more likely you'll stick with the plan. The biggest kidney trap with shrimp is not the shrimp itself, it's the form it comes in. Pre-cooked shrimp can be high in sodium. Frozen shrimp in sauce or seasoned often adds a lot of salt. So the kidney-friendlier approach is raw shrimp, cooked simply, seasoned with acids and herbs, not salt. Why shrimp can be a practical choice. High quality protein in a small portion. Cooks quickly, so you don't default to processed meals. Works well with rice, quinoa, and low sodium vegetables. You can't stop aging, but you can absolutely change the direction of your health. Every time you choose a cleaner protein, keep the portion realistic, and skip the salty additives, you're telling your kidneys, work less, recover more. And that's how you protect function 1, calm, repeatable day at a time. Now, I'd love to know, which one will you try first this week? Egg whites, fish, quinoa, or the portion-controlled bean salad? If this helped you, subscribe for more trusted, science-backed health guidance for life after 55.